What's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross Balanced Cup, again on the left side, so the losers bracket side. But as you know, all these decks can still win the entire tournament, right? Only the winner of the left side of the bracket will move on and take on the last deck, you know, on the right side in the grand finals. But next duel/match, we again have Zodiacs, definitely a title candidate still. It's going to take on one of the Master Rule 4 decks here in this year's tournament, and that's, well, like good stuff, links, plant links, however you want to call the deck. Basically Helgi Fibrax into Summon Sorceress and more Firewall shenanigans featuring the Nightmare package, right? So which deck has the advantage? And we see from the voting system from the previous video is that, okay, about a little over 60%, 6 out of 10 people voted for Zodiacs or saw that Zodiacs would have the advantage in this particular matchup. We know why. As I've read through the comments in the previous video, is that hand traps and, you know, the one card engine with like Red Pier or Tinky into Red Pier, basically, you know, it is like full combo Trident pop with hand traps in hand. It's very strong, right? I mean, it's Zodiacs, but it's going to take on another strong deck, a deck that's pretty much like released a year after Zodiacs, like this build, 2018 that is, and you know, the deck is obviously oriented into extra linking your opponent out of the duel, but again, Zodiacs from Master Rule 3 doesn't care about extra link. But then again, and that's, you know, like this combo is that here, I'm playing with plant links, by the way, is that you definitely wanted to, you know, give your opponent the Ibli. I mean, Ibli is such a powerful card against older decks. Pre-links, they don't immediately have the ability to link away the card. You know, I mean, you're forced to only being able to link summon from your extra deck, for example, or links is the only ability you can do, the only special summon you can do. And obviously with something like Boral Sword, you can just, well, yeah, put the Ibli into defense position. And then, yeah, Goblin also very important here in the matchup, because Goblin, as you know, Nightmare Goblin prevents your opponent, I think both players, I believe it's both players, from targeting a co-linked monster. So stuff like Enemy Controller, which without the Nightmare Goblin would indeed be an out to this particular lock. You know, your opponent is not able to activate Econ, you know, putting something to defense or the change of heart effect. Nope, not possible with Nightmare Goblin. And I believe there was indeed an Enemy Controller in the hand of Sue, but nope, not able to activate that one. So good stuff, Lynx wins the first one. Okay, so post side deck, can't really remember what I side decked in. I believe Pancratops. Yeah, the 3 Pancratops was one of those cards. The triple red reboot was already in the main deck. Strong card, especially against Zoo and, you know, the Solemn Brigade as a whole. And Feather Duster. I believe that's pretty much it. Not sure about the hand traps, but anyway, so Pancratops trying to get, you know, like force out the Trident as well, and the Red Reboot definitely helped out, prevented the Solemn Strike from resolving. No Surge though, because again, no space in, you know, like the Spell and Trap card zone. But problem here is that I'm under Dweller, first of all, and second is no Tuner. So no Instant Fusion, no Destrudel, for example, or Foolish Burial or 1-for-1 to get a Tuner on the field and, you know, going for Helgi Fibrax and to go from there. But nope, not possible. And now Zeus should be able to indeed go for game. Barrage as well, still at 3, right? 2017 decklist, and Whiptail attack attach after the attack of the first Whiptail. Trident also hits the board, another Whiptail, and combo as well. You know, like equipping any, well, like high attack monster, I guess. Probably the third Whiptail, not really sure what was equipped, but doesn't really matter. Zeus is able to attack for a game. So game number 3, I go first. Immediately get blown away by the Ash Blossom, and I was like, okay, that's still okay. I can follow it up with 1-for-1, being, you know, the Tuner Search or Tuner Special Summon, I guess. But Ghost Ogre here, you know, will indeed be activated on Summon Sorceress, and Summon Sorceress again will not be able to activate, since you have to special summon the monster from the deck to one of its zones that, you know, Summon Sorceress is pointing towards to. So Ghost Ogre definitely a solid choice here against this deck. But still, I guess this, well, I have 2 options, right? I mean, giving my opponent the Ibli definitely was a good play, I guess. And then either go for the Nightmare Co-Link, so Nightmare Phoenix and Cerberus, or going for Boral Sword. So I eventually opted to go with the second choice, again going for Boral Sword, put the opponent's Ibli into defense positions, and I think both situations were like very vulnerable to like enemy controller. But I mean, going for Boral Sword I believe was better, because again you get like the bigger punch during your next turn if your opponent does not have the out to your field, and you can still keep the Ibli in defense position, right? Again, Barrage is not able to activate. So game number 4 again going second, and I see Maxi. So I was like, okay, yeah, powerful Maxi against like pretty much every deck, right? Unless you're playing stun. But I do wait with Maxi, making sure, you know, getting some value out of it. I need those extra draws, and okay, the plus, I guess, with Broad Bull for Zodiacs, that's not really that important. I really want those extra draws. Maybe draw into Red Reboot, Harpy's Feather Duster, you know, the strong cards that, you know, to threaten my opponent's field. It's bored. So Monster Reborn gets stopped indeed by Imperial Order. That's a problem, because again I'm forced to use the Strudo and basically, you know, like play into the Trident Pop, and yeah, no follow-up play. But I was like, well, maybe I'm going to survive. I still have Ash Blossom in hand. The Imperial Order is still active in case of, like, you know, Monster Reborn, or what's it called, Shuffle Reborn, or Barrage. But I mean, Zodiacs can play around that by, you know, Trident popping away the own Imperial Order. Indeed, so that's indeed what happens. I do have the Blossom to, you know, prevent the Barrage from triggering, and also Ram from indeed reborning something. But okay, yeah, it's not going to matter. Yeah, okay, yeah, the Strudo, right? The Strudo halving my life points in the opening turn, or, you know, like in one of the previous turns. So, well, yeah, game number 5, okay. I'm going first, and I was like, well, Helgi Fibers goes through, so hopefully no Ghost Ogre. And no Ghost Ogre, so Summon Sorceress also goes through. And you see here is that, and that's something I kind of guess, right? I mean, if you know, your opponent or Zodiac's not opening any hand trap, and I'm looking at Ogre and or Blossom, I mean, it's obvious that the deck will side in Gamma-Seals. I believe there's triple Gamma-Seal, triple Kaiju, triple Gamma-Seal in the side deck, so you could definitely expect that. But I mean, what can I do, right? This deck is super easy to play. It does one job, it needs to do one job, it has one job, extra link your opponent, and maybe put the ability on your opponent's side of the field with a Boral Sword as well, right? Yeah, indeed, Boral Sword. So, and that's something what I do is that something different compared to, I believe, the first duel, is that now I am able to end with the Unicorn as well, and most importantly, keeping both hand traps in hand. So this is like, what do I need more, right? Maybe Soul Charge, but that's it. I mean, TD Crow, Maxi from all the hand traps, Calling extra link, which of course is not that important. Well, okay, I mean, Cerberus, Phoenix, Goblin all gives me protection, no econ if Goblin still stays on the field, and you know, Unicorn will get me a couple of draws. So anti-Ibli, so again, your opponent is not able to special summon other than Link. But Book of Moon, okay, Book of Moon, putting the Ibli face down, and now there are some options, right? The opponent is able to indeed call for the Kaiju, which wasn't possible if Ibli stays face up on the field. I had Boral Sword to, you know, put the Ibli into defense if it would have been able to attack, or, you know, go into the battle phase, but this was well played. I mean, put a special summon the second Kaiju, right, and that's again something you could expect, because no Blossom, no hand trap as a whole, and I get destroyed. Oh man, this went like, even though my hand was like ideal, right? I mean, what could happen? What could happen? Yeah, it happens. Book of Moon on Ibli, like the Kaiju, getting rid of the Goblin, Nightmare Goblin, and, you know, then Zeus is able to activate any card that targets, like Trident, or, you know, there is still the protection effect of Cerberus, Phoenix, but yeah, the Kaijus definitely helped out. But I mean, let's face it, there were no Kaijus involved in the previous turns or in the previous duels. But it was, I guess, just a matter of time, especially because Zodiac sided in 3, if not mistaken, or had the access to 3. But yeah, that's how it is. Zeus still go on, move on to the top 4 on the left side of the bracket. Next matchup will determine the matchup or the opponent of Zodiacs, and that's either OCG, Performages, and Pals. The deck will take on another force, and that's Sky Striker, Trickster Striker. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Likem signing out. Peace.